I got to know what you want to say. I already said, no, I have got your question also.
So I think it was there somewhere in social media. आपने भी देखा होगा, मैंने भी देखा. This was about 35 AI agents speaking to each other in a sandboxed environment where they've learned their own language and encoding. Sandboxing, because this was done in a controlled manner. I do understand the lack of resources and everything, but that is very important when you're trying something, when you put something just in the internet.
Whistleblowing is a activity that we can do.
Yeah, obviously.
Why don't you actually go into a system of public superficially and place up
People pay for that.
Takes it positively.
But people, but from other point of view, people pay for that.
most of the government
Reply anonymously. No, you know, send it anonymously.
So we got your question.
Most of the government organizations are allowing whistleblowing.
Yes, not even government. I think you get paid nicely from private firms if you bring something out which is a challenge, which is a problem in their code or in their system. So do something that makes money for you. You can create for your own resources. And anybody else? Yes, please.
Stated that nothing is hidden. So I have a question like some kind of surveillance system or whatever. It creates a mistrust between the official of government and the civilian. So and it kind of privacy breaching. So how the policy and norms it's like the
I got your question, and he in his last answer had actually explained it very nicely. He had asked a question and there came a reply. So see, it's very easy for we were talking about DPDP. Why did we not do it? We could have done it. Nobody will stop the government if they decide, oh, this data will be localized, and or we will be seeing everything that you're sharing. They did not do it. Why? Because at the end of the day, you matter. Your opinion matters. Your privacy matters. So DPDP, there are 100 minds in this room, 50 think it is a success, 50 thinks it's a failure from their perceptions. But when you come to the policy table, I have to hear what he's saying. आपने क्यों नहीं किया? I have to see what you are saying. मैम मेरी privacy का क्या है? So when you put all the masalas together, there comes a sabji which is a little bland in nature. So what I mean to say, I'm just assuring you from this side that it is being taken care of. Even at a very high level meetings when it is discussed, citizens' privacy, it comes first. Otherwise, it's very easy to make decision. It's very easy to put standards everywhere. It's not difficult. It becomes a challenging task because the government, they are thinking about you. I'm not praising government here, but that is how it functions at a higher level. It's easier to do things. Yes, ma'am, please.
I want to add to whatever she said. Okay, see, it's very easy to blame the government. Let me tell you, the government has really doing a lot of efforts across different departments of the government, including the law enforcement agencies as well. Okay, and I'll give a classic example here, and how though the policy is in place, but still how the cyber criminals are exploiting it. Right, basic of any cyber crime, you require a SIM card. Okay, in order to get a SIM card, you have 3 processes. One is eKYC, where you have to give a biometric. There is a DKYC, we actually go and show your proof of identity and proof of address. Wherever you go to any telecom operator, whether it is Reliance, Jio, Vodafone, Airtel, they will take a picture of it. Okay. Now, which is the most secured? That is the eKYC. Okay. Do we give? No. Why? Because we want our biometric. We say our biometric is very, very crucial. We don't want to give it. Now, what the cyber criminals are doing is they exploit that. The government has got a policy, but we don't utilize it. What we go and give our DKYC process, and the same thing is being exploited by the cyber criminals, and they get access to fraudulent SIM cards. Similarly, when we talk about mule accounts, RBI has also come up with guidelines where it says when you're opening a particular account, use the biometric. But still, we are the ones, consumers, who oppose it, isn't it? But we are the ones who actually give our biometrics to iPhone and Apple. पैसा भी देते हैं हम लोग 1 लाख रुपए, उसके साथ हम हमारा fingerprint, but that time we feel it is very secure, isn't it? So we also need to take the onus on ourselves before we ask questions on what the government is actually doing. Same thing is you have a Samsung phone. You go give your biometric, face recognition, you give your fingerprint, but तभी डर नहीं लगता है कि यार डेटा कहाँ जा रहा है, Samsung कहाँ स्टोर कर रहा है, where it is going. We don't ask that particular question.
That is also one, and I'll just add one more aspect here. I can see you are youngster lotters. I'm not talking about senior lot, and I'm sure you've read it. But out of all of you, we are having a discussion here on cybersecurity, and I'm telling it for a sure. More than half of you have not read DPDP Act. If I ask you now what is there, छोड़ो DPDP तो अभी आया है. IT Act. We find asking questions so easy, we don't do our basic research. And this is one thing I've noticed everywhere where I've gone for a panel discussion, for a lecture. If it's a startup lecture, I find people, innovators coming to me, ma'am, what is government doing? And I usually take 1.5 page of what schemes government is running, what amount of money government is giving. It is just that you being an innovator, you have not even done your basic research to go to METI website, to go to some other website and see what it is offering to you. So my point is awareness. Ask questions. It will make this country better. Be aware first. Because when you start that awareness drive, 70 to 80% of your questions will already be answered because you'll become aware. 20% will be there, and they are very important for this nation, for everybody who's sitting here, for ICANN, for universities, for diplomacy, anybody who's sitting here. So with the thought process today is go home, read DPDP, all you youngsters. I know you have not read it. IT Act पढ़िए, मैं क्या कर सकता हूँ, मैं क्या कर सकती हूँ. Then come with a thought process. Ask. सबका email ID is there on internet. Approach anytime. I have this question. Can you give me an answer? But don't ask a question if you've not done your basic research. I think that's a wrap. They want us to wrap it because we want to have lunch. A round of applause to the audience. I think you were well-aware audience. You were awake throughout, and that's a rare sight when it comes to discussions. And thank you for my co-panelists for this amazing conversation. Thank you.